What's Chris doing today?
Yeah, my leg.
I gotta ask, where'd you get that shirt?
Walmart.
I
know.
I'm sure my wife will be looking for one of those. Just hope it doesn't wear out.
See that kid?
Oh, no, that's not going to work, is it?
See that kid back
Do
in
you
that
want
tree?
another, vacuum thing?
That deal that you're the wrong one.
I don't see it. So it's got the hat on it.
No.
You want me to go now?
Go ahead, whenever you're ready, Mayor.
Whenever I'm ready, she says.
Mhm.
Well, I guess I may as well be ready. I'm gonna get this started. Yeah, joke to tell us.
No.
I would you share that joke that I shared with Chief Bennett, but I probably wouldn't. I gotta do it anyway. Did y'all hear about the kidnapping yesterday? It's okay, he won't.
Bad news.
It's okay, he woke up.
He texted that to me at like 8:00.
Except I did it. Did you hear about the kidnapping yesterday?
So he's like, no, that's not.
But if you do it,
It wasn't even any full.
Take that one out of your phone.
right.
Well, you see, it's all, I have to blame Dana for all of it.
I shake my head at that one every time.
For Christmas, she got this calendar, it's on my desk now, dad jokes.
Oh, yeah.
So every day is a new dad joke. Some of them are very good, some of them aren't. I have a feeling she may not do that again. Because I'll find one and then I'll go run the office. But anyway, all right, I guess we're ready to get going, Dana?
Yes,
Are
if we've been live.
we?
Yep.
If you're online, I'm gonna wave at you. If you're online, and I'm gonna say, we're missing you here. We got a pretty good crowd. We're gonna have a good time today. We've been having warm donuts from Chip. And one's delicious, so feel free to come get one. And coffee, so. Welcome to Coffee with the Mayor. It is the first time we have been live in about a year, I guess, which is kind of scary for me. So I'm not used to this again. I'm used to talking to computer monitors. So I probably need to get my computer and open it up here. But anyway, we'll get this going. I have a few notes, just a couple of things that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention today. It's going to be a big coffee. A couple of things I'd like to introduce the department heads. We have some department heads here today. We have Chief Menon with the police. We have Tim Fournier, he's street superintendent. He's also acting interim public works director. We have Chris Treat, who is the parks director, and we have Ashley Clancy, who is the city attorney. Keeps us out of trouble. She stays busy, let me tell you. So, it's all good, because we always say, hey, can we do this? And she says, well, we should do it this way. That's a good thing. It's always important to get some consultant. And a shout out to Jason Brown with Brian Chamber. He just showed up as well. So, I would like to say, over the past several months ago, I announced that we're going to do a community engagement committee. We're going to have that. Last week, I guess it was, I conducted interviews of the people. Wasn't that last week?
It was, but we
Whispering something. to me,
Yes.
and I have no idea what she just
let's then
said.
go forward.
I thought I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Well, we just haven't sent out all of the emails yet. So you can announce that you have selected,
I thought I've responded from everybody. that said yes.
not everyone.
Oh. Okay, I got
That's on me, guys. Sorry.
My fault.
No, that was on me.
I missed the memo and all this, but that's okay. I'm going to announce the members anyway because I think it's important because several of them are actually here today, which I think is great. So we went through and we've offered the positions to the ones we thought would do best. There were some people that were, honestly, it was a very hard decision to make. Because everybody that I talked to had something they could contribute. And if I could have, I probably would have made the group a lot bigger, but I decided it's best to keep it about 10 people actually added person to the group, just because I felt that was important, to make it 10 instead of 9 like I originally planned. But as this committee continues to grow and evolve, I anticipate it will grow because these people will need assistance, okay, as they go through, especially in their wards. So this is not something that's going to just stagnate and stop, okay? We're going to continue to evolve and grow this program and help make Bryant one of the best places to live, the most accepting places to live, etc. So with that, I will apologize in advance if I happen to mess up a name. There were a couple of them that, like Leewood Thomas, that's a hard one. So with that, I'd like to announce that Jessica Hinojosa, Leewood Thomas, Chris Ramsey, Yesenia Solis, Lisa Monday, Roderick Daniels, Daniel Daly, Renee Mosley, Lenora Withers, and Peter Cunningham are going to be the participants on this committee as of right now. They've all said yes, and we will be setting the initial meeting very soon to let the committee decide how they want to live and breathe and grow.
Yay for acts of service.
You heard that, that'd be my wife. Just to let y'all know. I also want to make another big announcement. I don't have the dates, but my assistant will tell me what they are, because she said I could do this one. I know she Bryant 101 is now open for registration.
Yes,
So,
this-
we've done a couple of Bryant 101s this past year or so. We've got another one coming up this year. We're doing it once a year now. And it is a great thing to get to know your city government, how it works. You get to meet the department heads, you get to go tour and learn about each department and how that department acts and responds in the city. It's a great thing. It gives you some contacts, and it also allows you, if you participate in that, if somebody says, "Oh, I have this problem, what do I do?" You can all then say, "Oh, you need to call this," or "You need to sign up for this," or do this. It's just another way to help people get connected with the city. So I think it's a great thing to do. So it was very successful before. Also, another little announcement right here. Come on in. Also, another little announcement here. The Junior League is having a fish fry this afternoon. It's catered by Riverside Grocery right here at the Senior Center. It starts at 5 p.m. They'll have a little bit of dining in area, but most of it will be takeout. So if you want some good Riverside catfish and chicken, whatever else they're doing, come on out and have a food. So, Recycle Saline has a shredding and e-waste event this morning from 9 to 11. So if you're not here and you're home gathering up all your e-waste and papers to be shredded, take the First Southern to church this morning. So get that done. Jason's here, and I saw on Facebook they had a little video that they posted last night of something that's happening on June 19th. That is the air show, the first ever Saline County air show. It is going to be a big event, folks. Mark your calendars. Just block off the entire day. And the smell of jet fuel. We all love the smell of jet fuel in the morning, right? Cool. I wonder if somebody did that reference. I did. I figured it'd be my park story. Judge Cassidy wanted me to also announce this morning that court will begin in person again on May 1st. They've been online, doing online court for the past year because of COVID. Their entire staff is now vaccinated and stuff, so they can start doing in-person court. And my city attorney who prosecutes cases in that court says she's grateful for that because she's getting tired of doing these things online. Fire department wanted me to say that they are continuing their hydrant testing. So if they're testing hydrants in your area, there'll probably be a chance that you have a little bit of discolored water for a little bit. It's nothing dangerous. You might want to just be careful washing white clothes for Entergy crews, I was told to remind you of this, as evidenced by around City Hall this past week. It's a good reminder. They are clearing power lines right now through the city. So there will be times when on the sides of the roads, there's a lot of brush that's been cut down. They do come back and pick it up and shred it and take it, haul it off. So if they don't clean it up like they need to, let us know and we'll reach out to Entergy and we'll let them know. I know this lady there. They do a pretty good job.
But if you don't mind calling them first, that would be good too. Because they've been pretty.
Don't mind calling them first because, you know.
Yeah.
But if you don't get the resolution you need, call me and then I'll call it and we'll see if that works. Sometimes it does. It's really important to do that in case if you don't remember, we do occasionally have an ice storm here in Arkansas. And ice weighs the branches down and it just damages the trees and the power lines of those things. Parks projects, we'll do a couple of project updates. I'm probably going to have Tim come up here in a minute as well to talk about some others, or if anybody has questions in a minute. We've got parks and streets here that can answer some good questions. And if you have questions about with the chief, you might get legal involved. Anyway, parks, still planning on some Alcoa 40 revisions. I know renovations. I know we talked about last year that we've got a pavilion and a bathroom that's going to be built at Alcoa 40 Park, which is on Show Road, where the dog park is, if you're not familiar with that. Unfortunately, we've kind of had to push that back just a little bit because the cost of materials has skyrocketed because of whatever reason. I mean, I'm hearing this from building developers as well. You're building a house, the cost is going out the roof because, cost of lumber or whatnot is like 40, 50, 60% higher than what it was. Somebody is telling me they bought a 2x4 the other day for like $10. This usually used to be like $2. So I don't understand that because trees don't get COVID, but that's just my thought. So anyway, we're still working on that. Also in the works is the renovations that we've talked about at Spring Hill Park. If you're not familiar with that, it is over in the Henson Place and what's that other road? That's on Justice Loop Stillman area. It's over in that area. It's a very small pocket neighborhood park. And it's in dire need of repair and fixing. So we're hoping to get that. Stormwater projects. It's that time of year where we're going to start getting a little bit more rain, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe. We just got through with the snowstorm that lasted a week. Police chief was so happy when that snow was here. He started singing Christmas carols again. Mills Park in the area of Eastwood is finishing up that project that was there. The asphalt overlay from Bristol to Shove on Mills Park is also going to be done, hopefully by the end of April. Is that correct, Tim? That's the goal. Of course, that's weather related as well because for some reason we don't like to put asphalt down in the rain. It doesn't stick very well. Henson and Ozark, there's been a lot of work over in that area. We're hoping to finish that up by May of 2020. It got to be a little bit bigger than what we thought because of some utility issues that we had. Seems like every project we do, when we dig in the ground, we find some utilities that are in a place that they're not supposed to be. So that has to be fixed. Usually it's not our utilities, so that's always a good thing. Occasionally it is. Raintree, Shove, Silk Tree, and Carywood area. We've had a series of stormwater projects in that area because there's been some flooding in the past in that area. Projects 2, 4, 6, and 8. I don't know exactly where those projects are in that neighborhood, but they're scheduled for pre-construction meetings next week. So that means soon the construction of those will happen and we'll get those done and that will help that area even a little bit more. There's always something going on. Now we start getting to talk about a couple of fun projects. I say fun, meaning we'll just call it fun projects, okay? We'll just call it fun. Spring Hill Hilltop, if you're familiar with that intersection. We're having a pre-construction meeting on that. I think they just had that this past week, didn't they? Yeah, construction should be happening, I think, if we're talking about it right, if this is the Spring Hill Hilltop, yeah, that's happening late summer, if I remember correct, is what the schedule is for right now. The other one. Yeah, I got that down here later, sorry, I got it. Yeah, that's right here. Yeah, anyway, I'll get to that one in a minute, that he's talking about. But anyway, Spring Hill Hilltop, we're going to do some stuff. We didn't have pre-construction for that. We actually had it, we were going to do it sooner, but we're pushing back because of another intersection improvement, pushing back towards the end of the summer. But that intersection, if you're familiar with this area at all, if we have a rain event, a lot of times that area floods, that road. As you drive there, you see a sign that says caution, water, raise that area up a little bit, improve that drainage to make it work better for us. So when it rains, kind of a normal event, we won't have to shut down that road because that's the main artery coming to the town. So we'll get that fixed. That work should begin towards in the summer this year. Going down to where the other side of Hilltop, which is at the Hilldale, Hilltop, and Parkway intersection. That's where we had the pre-construction meeting last week for those intersection improvements. And they will probably start in the next few weeks, is my guess. There'll be some utility relocates and things like that that'll happen. The plan right now is to begin the work early in summer 2021, like towards the end of the school year, and hopefully have that done in a matter as quick as possible. I think they have 240 days to contract days to get that done, or calendar days to get that done. So hopefully we'll get that done. We will be working around the traffic with the school. So, because as you know, if you're in that area, there are a couple of times when we have peak traffic before school and after school. So we're going to work around that and make sure we can have traffic flow. So that'll actually slow that up just a little bit. A couple of other big projects that people always ask about. I got some questions the other day about Highway 5's widening project that they're currently doing right now. When that project first started, they estimated 18 months to get that project done. And I think that was one of the very first coffee with the mayors I had, was when they were first talking about that. So that's been a couple of years ago. And I said at that point, if they said 18, we can count on 24. Well, apparently we can count on maybe 36. They're saying by this time next year, they should be done with that area. It's RDOT driven, RDOT controlled, and unfortunately it's out of our control. So, in addition to that, after that area, they're going to actually have started looking at, I think they're maybe still working on the alignment, if I understand right, for the widening of Highway 5 all the way to county line. Mm-hmm. As part of that widening process, they're going to install a new light at Parkway and Highway 5, which desperately needs it. We've talked about it for several years. As soon as that Parkway opened, we started asking about it. RDOT said we wanted to put a temporary light up there, but they wouldn't let us because it would require, because of the requirements that Highway 5 has with traffic and being an overflow from the interstate. They require certain lane widths and lengths for turn lanes on that section, and to do that, we have to add more asphalt on the outside, which will require right of way. Which, if we were to do that on our own dime, it would cost several $1 million. And then there's no guarantee if we did it right now, if it would fit with what their plan is for that road, so it would be. So unfortunately, since it's a state highway, we're having to let the state take the lead. They're looking at 2024 for that. So we continually ask them and say, hey, when can you do this? When can we do this? They did do a little bit of work. Put some signage up there, which hopefully help people pay attention to the sign, slow down a little bit as we get to that intersection, and make sure that you don't cheat on somebody or somebody doesn't hit you. So, I know it's not a good situation, but unfortunately, it's what we have to live with. Got that. Bryant Parkway. This is the big one. Brown Parkway from Shome Road all the way down to the interstate, or to Reynolds Road down by the airport. Parkway Elementary and all through there. We have a virtual public hearing on April 22nd of this month. It is required by RDOT to have this hearing. It basically shows you what this project really is and what we're planning to do with it, what we have to do. Once we get through that step, there's a couple of little steps, and we anticipate starting construction in that area this year. By the fall of 2021, we should start construction in the Show Road down there. Part of that requires a bridge to be built, so we're doing that as well. We're also continually looking for additional funding for that. This past week, I found a couple of little potential new sources of funding for that road as well. So that's a good thing for us. Reaching out to Representative French Hill's office for some assistance with some of the funding. We'll have to go through his office. And we've got leads on a couple of other funding sources as well. So some partnerships. It'll be good. It's going to be a great road. It will give us a second avenue of access north-south across the home. Because believe it or not, there's only one way to get from the north side of Ryan to the south side of Ryan. And that's from Reynolds Road. I've always said, if something happens with that bridge, what are we going to do? We're going to get in trouble. This will give us another bridge, another avenue of access. It'll help emergency vehicles as well. It'll help eliminate traffic on Reynolds Road or reduce traffic. It will not eliminate traffic. Let's be real, Reynolds Road will never have a reduction in traffic. That's basically all the updates I can have for everything. We got a few people here. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them. There's some people online. I don't think we asked them questions. I don't know. So, anybody got any questions about anything? Or about Benton? How do you feel about Ryan? We can talk about Benton if you want. Because we got it's April and we got softball coming up. It's just a few months away, so we can hype it up. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. This is probably for Jason.
Oh.
Hi, Jason. I've got an email from the chamber. Can you talk about the block party that is scheduled?
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, go ahead, Jason. You want to come up here and talk about it?
I'll go where you tell me to go.
Well, I got a microphone here. Oh, no. Dane's got one for you too. So you can just hold it if you want to.
So we do have on May 1st, it's 501. There's what 501 day is to celebrate 501. Everybody in the 501 area code is asked to do some stuff. Downtown Partnership, Downtown Rock put this together. And so what we're doing is we're deciding to work the city and the chamber. We're all working together. We're shutting down Main Street right from the property all over to Highway 5. And we got all businesses together. We're bringing in food trucks. We're having yard games, and we're actually doing flyover all at the same time. It's going to be a pretty cool deal. We've hired a band. We're going to shut down the street for 49, and it's just going to be a big fun deal. The jazz band from high school will be playing from 4 to 5, and then the actual band's going to start at 6. Like from like 6 to 9, give or take.
Did you say something about the jazz band as well, right?
Yeah, the high school jazz band's going to be playing.
That's cool.
It's going to be
It's gonna be
fun.
fun.
Looking forward to that.
It's going to be.
And there'll be food,
Oh yeah, we got.
menus.
Oh
We're not parking.
yeah. Everyone got to park wherever they want to park.
Wherever, just to be able to get to the area.
That's right. We're shutting down right in front of Coffee Mill. We're gonna leave that.
Okay.
Opening that parking lot open, so people can park in there, and then all the other parking lots and all that kind of stuff.
Park at Walmart.
Walmart.
Just walk over.
Is this the first time for this type of thing?
It is.
Yes.
This is kind of a test. We're gonna see how it works. If it works really well, we'll see.
I'm 4 to 9. I'm just curious.
Why not 5 to 1?
If you want to be an even time event, and we want to kind of do like the 501 kind of thing. We're trying to. There's some restaurants doing appetizers for $5.01. Like Sugar Dumplings is doing something. I can't remember exactly what she's doing, but she's doing like dessert for $5.01. So everything's when we got the aircraft taking off from the airport at 5:01 exactly when we're flying over. It's
I'll add
everything's,
some extra
everything's
minis for everybody if you need.
and then, yeah, it's gonna be neat. But thanks for asking about that.
It's the street is actually posted till 10, right? Is it 5 to 5?
It's 5 to 9, but I mean,
Well, we gotta clean up, so.
right, so it'll still be closed.
Yeah, we're gonna have some officers out there, we'll be there to assist the traffic, make sure everybody's safe.
It's good. And then, you wanna talk about the air show? Well, the air show is my passion, right? We've been working on this for 2.5 years.
Couple of years, I think.
We are the only air show in Arkansas, and we're gonna be one of the largest in the South. We have all the largest acts in the country coming. Dane, I was talking to him the other day, he believes we're gonna be the third largest in the country.
Wow.
It's gonna be huge. I literally just made everything go live last night, and that's what the mayor was talking about. Like I literally just turned a button on, kind of a soft roll last night, just ticking and playing around with it. DNT meetings, we've got a complete brand new website for it, so you can see the website, you can see all the promo videos, all that kind of stuff. There's nothing more probably than having people from all 50 states come to this air show. It's that big a deal. We're pretty excited. The hotels are going to be full, the restaurants are going to be full. I mean, it's going to put our airport on the map. Across the country. Oh, yeah. We're definitely busy. It's going to be a show. The air show itself is going to be about 1 to 4. We're going to open the gates at 10. What we're doing is Father's Day weekend. And so we're going to advertise Father's Day. Father's Day. And we're doing 12 burger free today. That's what we're going to do. So it's going to be a good deal. Chris is letting us use the very big bleachers and stuff. It's going to be yeah.
But I could, bring my camp chairs
Oh
and
yeah, we're asking everybody.
bring their
We're
chair
asking
and sit out,
We're
just
asking
kind of
yeah.
make a day of it.
There's no way we're gonna be able to supply seating for everybody. We're talking.
Well, it's 20,000 people in Bryan.
Right. Yeah. Don't watch some videos on it. It's gonna be pretty neat. Got any questions? Just holler at us. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Give that to Dan. I got my own. Apparently I'm special that way. Anything else? Anybody else have questions? That was great. I forgot about the 501 day. I'm sorry about that. Oh, no. There's too many things happening around here these days. It's since we're finally breaking out of the COVID quarantine a little bit, we're ready to do more things. And we're starting to pop and happen, so we're excited about it. No other questions? No, we're quite crowded today. We almost not have enough sugar. We got donuts over there. If you don't want them, take them from your kid. Because we can't take them to my house. My wife said she was lucky to let me have one today. So I snuck in. She didn't know I ate it.
I was about to say, I was not aware you had a donut.
I snuck it before she saw it. So it worked out real well.
I know it smells so good.
See?
We didn't get that close yet. Oh, we can't.
Stop it. Oh.
Hey, Shipley's, they're really good. Light and airy. Any other questions?
I just, this is probably for Chris, I guess since things are opening up, and we're gonna do the 5K and all that this year again.
Well, the 5K is connected to Fall Fest.
Yeah.
We kind of, over the last several years, have been like, I don't know if we want to continue with it. So that'll be a.
We probably will.
Yeah.
The mayor probably need 5K during that time.
I asked if we used to walk around this area.
Oh, you're talking about the Counts to 5K program? I'm so sorry. That's a good question. I know I did see some marketing material this week about, I don't think it was the Counts to 5K. It's more.
I bet we could do something.
Yeah, we could do that. I think it's a little,
If there's
maybe
some
another
interest
step
there, for
up.
sure.
But let me look into that and I can let you know for sure.
Yeah, if there's interest in things like that, reach out to us and let us know. That way, and we can definitely work on things like that, without a doubt, because as people may or may not know, I do sort of enjoy running most days. Here lately, I haven't run as much as I should have, and I'll pay for that next weekend. That's okay. So if you see me Monday, not this coming Monday, but a week from Monday, and I'm limping a little bit, it's okay. I just ran a half marathon without the proper training. It's all right.
Mayor wants us to have a 5K at Fall Fest. I got a feel this year at Fall Fest, like it's gonna be massive. Like, I got a feel more people are gonna be cooped up, ready to do something than ever.
Yeah. I hope so.
So the numbers for the 5K are probably. I would
Any
imagine,
other questions from anybody? Yeah. Chief?
We do have National Prescription Drug Take Back Day on April 24th. We'll be in front of the Walmart. Myself, Sergeant Krause.
April 24th, National Prescription Take Back Day in front of the Walmart. You can also drop them off in the lobby of the police department anytime you want, correct?
Yeah, it's Monday through Friday business hours. I mean, if you can catch an officer there, they'll take it from you after hours, but they're not always in there. But on that 24th, we'll be there. It's 10 to 2 is it's a national program, so we don't set the hours. So I know how many hours are on that one. But we're usually there a little early, and we're usually a little late. I mean, if you catch us in the parking lot anywhere, we'll grab it.
Last drug take back like that, y'all got a lot, didn't you?
We got
A couple hundred
just
pounds?
under 300 pounds.
Yeah. Which is
Chief, we can always bring them to the,
Now, you can bring it to us
yeah.
Monday through Friday all the time. I said, on weekends, if you catch us in there, you can do it. The lobby's locked, but somebody's around there that can hit the button, and somebody's in there, we'll take it from you.
You may or may not have seen this also. These are popping up around the city, and the locations change as we go on, and there's a little laugh and a frown, somebody dropped something, I guess. But this is a campaign we're doing for Notify Me, which is a way to get notified of things that are happening in the city. You go on here, the city website, which is www.cityofbryan.com. Sign up and Notify Me with your information. Click on the things that you want to be notified about, and you will get an email notification of when something happens, be it an agenda for a meeting, be it job openings. I think you get notified for those. If you're a business and you're interested in bidding on different projects, different things like that, you can get notification on any of that stuff on here. So it's a great little tool. It's a good way to be informed a little bit about what's happening on the city of Bryant. And so make sure that if you see these, and you haven't signed up to Notify Me, but I have a small feeling that everybody in this room at least has probably already done that. I would be surprised if you didn't. And if you haven't, well, you know what to do now. And if you're online, you definitely know what you should do. Because you're missing out on real donuts. I'm just saying. I like donuts. That's why I have to run. So. Any other questions? Anything else? Well, then I'm going to say I am done with this. We're welcome to visit, do whatever we want to now. So I think Dana's going to shut the live feed off. And maybe I won't get cut for saying that.